loving someone from a distance. When is it time to step back from a relationship? Is it ever okay to step back from a relationship? Hello, you all. I'm Diana Brienne. So, is it sometimes good to step back from a relationship that is having issues? Well, you know what? I believe it depends. I don't give advice. I don't give suggestions. I just tell you how I see life. And so for me personally, if I'm having difficulty in a relationship that I have to step back from, sometimes I have to love people from a distance. And by that I mean it would be someone who would be rather significant in my life. It could be a relative, it could be a friend, it could be a coworker, it could be someone who, for whatever the reason, is causing chaos, confusion, disharmony, and chooses not to change the behavior. Remember, behaviors are often, if not all the time, a choice. And so if people are choosing a behavior that's working against me or working against a relationship or working against other people, for me personally, sometimes it's better to step back if there's not going to be any change. Number one, I don't want to get pulled into their muck. And often we get pulled into other people's situations and it can affect us. Also, I remember growing up, my grandmother always said, love them from afar, love them from a distance. My mother said that too. When dealing with difficult people in my life, and in the past, I had a couple different family members a long time ago that I had to distance myself with. I did it lovingly. I let them know I was distancing myself. And I said, you know what? I can't be around you. I love you. I care about you. I'm praying for you. And if I see a continued change in your behavior, then I will go ahead and probably step back into the relationship and give you all the support that I can. And so excuse the phone, I'm sorry. I forgot to take it off the hook. And so what I believe, hold on a second. Good. Okay. So, yeah, I have a phone too. I'm a real person, not a computer. And so I got to really thinking about that is sometimes you have to love people from afar. And so these two particular family members in my life, one I was able to talk to on the phone regularly. Another one I really couldn't be around at all because they just pulled you into their manipulation. They were a very manipulating type of personality. They loved me. I loved them. I just couldn't be around them. And because you were always having to kind of bicker, they pulled you into bickering. They were a big bickerer, if that makes sense. But I loved them. I let them know that I loved them, and I truly did love them. And with some people, I was supportive from a distance, supportive in a different way. I didn't connect with them, verbally on the phone or anything, but I supported them in other ways. And so sometimes we can still be connected indirectly without being connected directly and letting them know that we love them from a distance until there is permanent change. Sometimes there is permanent change and sometimes there isn't. Sometimes people say, oh yeah, I'm going to change. They pull you back in only to find out that they're not going to change. And so we've got to be really, really cognizant that some people change, some people don't. And yet sometimes we have to step back to protect our own well-being. Sometimes it's for their good. Maybe they're going to wake up and smell the coffee, so to speak, and that can be a very good thing. Sometimes our distance will promote in them change, sometimes not. It depends on what we're talking about. Some relationships we should never step back from. Some we should hang in there, work with, help, fix, all of that. But sometimes there are some relationships, for me personally, that it's necessary to step back from. And, it can be in varying degrees. It doesn't have to be a complete step back. It could be a little bit of stepping back, or it could be a lot of stepping back. It just depends. It could be on the workplace. It could be a family member, an adult family member. It could be almost anyone in life that is causing chaos and confusion, and they do not plan on changing in the near future. Sometimes we just have to love them from afar or from a distance. From my house to yours, may God bless you, and I hope to talk to you soon.